Hey guys and gals, Dave here again with part 2 of our video series on the Body by Vi 90-day challenge Getting Started Training, or GST. Now hopefully you've already been through the first video, which covers the first part of the GST, several steps, getting signed up, setting your goals, going public with those goals, 3 for free, starting your list, and scheduling your first challenge party. If you haven't watched that video yet, please go back and watch that first. Otherwise, this video probably won't make much sense to you. Okay, now that you've watched the first video, let's dive right into the second phase of the GST, or Getting Started Training. We call the next step pre-partying. Pre-partying is very simple, guys. You're going to introduce everyone on that list you made in part 1 to the Body by Vi 90-day challenge for the first time. Now, studies have shown that people have to see something at least 3 times before they make a buy-in decision. So we need to make sure everyone you're inviting to the challenge party has reviewed at least 2 of the Visalus promoting tools before they show up for the actual challenge party. Now, these tools include the Vi line, which is it's a 24/7 recorded line that tells prospects about the challenge. The phone number to that is 507-726-3700. Also, you can send them to your Body by Vi official website and have them watch the introduction video for the challenge there. You can also show them, if you're meeting in person, you can show them Success from Home magazine, which I have a copy of right here. It's an outstanding publication that has all kinds of great info about Visalus and about how to run a successful business from home. Or the Challenge magazine, which I don't have a copy of here, but it's available on newsstands everywhere, grocery stores, Barnes & Noble. We're actually pretty stoked about the Challenge magazine because it's getting a lot of traction out there in the regular magazine marketplace. Also, if you're meeting in person, sample the shake with them. Give them a taste of the shakes that you're on, and let them know how well they're working, if you've lost some weight or if you've hit some of your fitness goals already. Now, if you haven't, not a big deal, because the shake sells itself. It's the best tasting diet shake on the market. They call it the shake mix that tastes like cake mix. For good reason. It does. It tastes like vanilla cake mix. It's pretty awesome. But what you want to do is give them at least 2 touches on 2 of those tools before they show up to your challenge party. Oh yeah, another thing you can show them is if you keep a challenge journal. I keep one on YouTube. So what I do a lot of the time is I send them a headshot video that I made during my first challenge. It shows me at the very beginning when I was like 300 pounds, and at the very end when I was just under 250 pounds. You know, I lost 55.5 pounds on my first 90-day challenge, and I took a headshot each week of just my head in a frame. I just, did a screen capture of my head in the YouTube video, and I made a slideshow of those to show the progress that I made from week to week. It's very powerful stuff. So like I said in the first video, if you're not camera shy, and I'm certainly not, obviously, if you're not camera shy, make a progress video every week, because people love videos. They don't want to read anything anymore, but they love watching videos. And videos of your social proof that the Body by Vi 90-day challenge works are very powerful. Now, when you're calling people, yes, you're going to have to pick up the phone and call everybody on that list you made in phase 1. You should have a list of 50 to 100 people. If not, use the memory jogger that we gave out in the first video. That's a great tool to remind you of everybody that you know. I know I had a real block in my head, in my brain, trying to come up with everybody that I knew, and that memory jogger really well, it really jogged my memory. Here's how the pre-party conversation should go. Ring, ring. Hey, Bob, do you have a few minutes to talk? They say yes. Say, great. I just found out about a 90-day weight loss and fitness challenge that I'm promoting. I'm gonna pause right here. Those 4 words, I just found out. Even if you've been doing this for 2 years, they are extremely powerful. Think about if you called up one of your best friends and said, hey, Pat, I just found out, and then you just hang up. They're almost 100% guaranteed to call you back. They're very powerful words. They want to know what you just found out. So anyway, continuing. I just found out about a 90-day weight loss and fitness challenge that I'm promoting. My goal is to lose 40 pounds in the next 90 days. Do you have a few? You have to hear about this. Do you have a few minutes? They answer affirmatively. Great. I'm going to go ahead and plug you into the Vyline pre-recorded call that's going to tell you all about the challenge. Or I'm going to send you a link already by your computer. I want you to watch a video on my website, and then I'm going to call you back in 10 minutes. So basically, you want to get them in front of that first tool. You give them about 10 to 15 minutes to review the material, and then you call them back for phase 2 of the pre-party conversation. Hey, Bob. What did you like best about the Vyline call you listened to? And that's key. You always want to say, what did you like best? Because you're framing the question in a positive manner, and you're only going to get a positive response. If they say, oh, I didn't like anything about it, well, this is all about pre-qualification, and they may not be the best candidate for Body by Bye, and heck, move on to your next candidate. Or, of course, dig a little deeper, find out why they didn't like anything about it, because there's so much to like here. Anyway, hey, Bob, what did you like best about the Vyline call you listened to? Then let them answer. Great. Well, are you open to getting some more info about it? Okay, perfect. You need to check this out. And then, if you send them the Vyline for the first tool, send them the videos on your site for your second tool. Or if you're meeting in person, throw down the Success magazine in front of them and say, this is our monthly publication that goes out to every single Visalus promoter. It's a great promoting tool. You should read through some of the articles in here. They're really fascinating. They cover so much territory on how to run a successful business from home. Use any of the tools I mentioned before. You can do a 3-way call with your upline. If you're brand new and you don't have a lot of confidence like I was a few months ago, I leaned on my upline a lot, and I'd say, you know what? Do you have 5 minutes to jump on the phone with my upline, Jemmy? He's been doing this for 1.5 years. He's super successful at it, and I'd love for him to give you his personal testimony and answer all the questions you might have, because I'm brand new at this. Be honest. That's key here, guys. Don't try to be something that you're not. Do not try to fake it till you make it. That's a big saying in the direct marketing business. People see right through that stuff. It's a smokescreen, and people have seen it 1,000 times before. So don't fake it till you make it. Lean on your upline instead. It's a much better way to go. So after they've reviewed the second tool, the videos or the magazine, or been on a 3-way call, you go, okay, well, what did you like best about the video? And they'll answer you. And it'll always be positive because of the way you're phrasing the question. Awesome. Well, are you open to getting even more info on this? Fantastic. We're getting together on Thursday at my house for a challenge party at 7 p.m. You should definitely stop by. It's going to be fun. You'll be in and out in less than an hour, I promise. And by the way, can you bring a bag of ice? Now, that last question is a little tricky, and you don't have to use it, but I've used it to pretty great effect. By asking them to bring something, and a bag of ice is something everybody can handle. It only costs $1, so you're not going to be putting them out by asking them to bring a gallon of milk or something that costs several dollars. By asking them to bring a bag of ice, if they say, yeah, sure, they're almost guaranteed to show up, because in the back of their mind, they're like, well, shoot, Dave's counting on me to bring a bag of ice, so I have to show up. So anyway, that's pre-partying right there in a nutshell. That's as complicated as it gets. It's actually very simple. First tool, second tool, challenge party. That's it. That's all you have to remember. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, though. Don't skip any of those steps. Like I said earlier, it takes 3 exposures to any product for anybody to even start making a buying decision. And the most important part is that you're pre-qualifying people before they show up to your challenge party. The last thing you want to do is invite a bunch of people to a challenge party. They don't even know what it's about. And then you've got a bunch of pissed off people in your living room thinking that they just walked into some Amway meeting, and they're going to be, you're going to force them to buy a garage full of laundry detergent. No, that's the last thing you want. Trust me. Trust me on that one, guys, okay? Now, do this with everyone on your list of 50 to 100 people, and you're almost guaranteed to have at least a dozen people show up for your first challenge party. sign up half of them and set all of them loose on getting their 3 for free if they're just customers, or their first 3 promoters under them if they decide to promote the challenge, and you are off to the races. You have a very good start of achieving director, achieving rising star in the first month, and building a very large team under you as the months roll on. Now, in addition to all that pre-party stuff, there are some other ways you can promote your challenge party, but I have to emphasize, you have to do the pre-party, first tool, second tool challenge party model. But in addition to doing that, I encourage anybody who's on Facebook or Twitter to frequently post about their challenge party, at least twice a day during the week leading up to your challenge party. Also, create a Facebook event and invite all your Facebook friends, even those whose numbers you don't have and who you're unable to call. Invite them anyway, but make sure that you're descriptive enough in the event invitation that they know what they're walking into. Again, you don't want people sitting there with folded arms, with a big scowl on their face, going, I can't believe Dave brought me over here to sell me diet shakes. This is unconscionable. I'm going to defriend him as soon as I get out of the car and whip my smartphone off. Yeah, seriously, it happens. Don't do it that way. Also, send a text message to all your local contacts. Now, of course, you should be calling them too. If you've got their phone number, call them first, and send a reminder text a day or two before the challenge party, just to keep all your ducks in a row. And also send an email invitation out to all your local contacts too. But again, nothing substitutes for the phone call. Okay? Now, here's a question I always hear, and this is a totally practical question. But Dave, what if they can't make it to the challenge party? Well, you know, that's easy too. Take the party to them. Go over to their house. Show them the challenge party DVD on your laptop. Take a shake sample. Ask where their blender is. Blend something yummy up for them, and have them taste the shake. I do most of my sales through one-on-ones rather than challenge parties, just to be perfectly honest and full disclosure. I'm more comfortable doing one-on-ones. While challenge parties are fun and they're not scary to me in any respect, sometimes, even though we follow all the steps, we struggle to get people to show up because people are very busy. So always take the party to them if they can't show up. Do the 1 tool, 2 tool, and then challenge party DVD. So before you go over to their house, send them to the Viline call. The Viline call is like 5 minutes long. It'll take less time than they usually take to wash a few dishes in the sink. Or heck, they can put it on speakerphone and do other stuff while the Viline call is going on. And then send them to the video on your website. And then when you show up, sample the shake mix, watch the DVD, and ask them the same question. What did you like best about that presentation? And let them answer, and just go through the flow that we've already been through. Now, how to run a successful challenge party. Now that we're done with the pre-party stuff, pretty simple, isn't it? Here's how to run a successful challenge party. First of all, always have the party at your home. Now, don't worry if you don't live in a palace, if your place is dirty, if you've got kids and there's always stuff smeared on the walls or toys strewn everywhere. Guys, your friends already know you're a pig, or they already know you're busy, or they already know that your kids are like a tornado of activity and there's just no hope in trying to clean up after them. Don't worry about that stuff. Heck, I live in an apartment in a not-so-great neighborhood, but I've never even worried about that stuff. You know why? It's because I have the utmost confidence in Visalus's products, and what I'm promoting is an excellent product that's helping millions of people regain their health, fitness, and self-esteem. It's that simple, guys. If you have confidence in the product, if you're having success with your own challenge, that's going to come through, and people aren't going to care where you live. They already know where you live. Now, before your party, make sure you have a few things handy. A working blender, plenty of plastic or styrofoam cups for shake samples, Visalus literature and comparison charts. You can get those in your back office and print them off on your computer, or take it to Kinko's or whatever if you don't have a printer. And a working DVD player, either attached to your TV or on your laptop. I haven't had a working proper DVD player in over 4 years. I just show the video to everybody on my 17-inch laptop. That's always worked just fine for me. Now, party time. You always want to have it in the evening after work hours. I usually schedule mine for 7 p.m., but that's going to vary depending on who your friends are and what kind of schedules they work. Always make sure you have some nice music playing in the background. Try to avoid like the speed metal and thrash punk if you can. Make it something everybody's going to enjoy. Make it light and airy. Also, make sure you always have a seat for everybody. And if you have to break out the folding chairs or the lawn chairs to accommodate everyone, hey, that's great. They're only going to be there for 45 minutes or an hour. We just want to make sure everybody has a place to sit down. Very important. Be casual and relaxed. Remember, these are your friends, your coworkers, your family members that you're going after or that you're inviting to the party. So don't be anxious and salesy. Don't feel like you have to sell everybody right away. Oh, you got to buy my shake mix or I'm going to go broke. No, wrong way to approach it. Just relax, be casual. Even if you've got some butterflies, even if you're not used to having that many people at your house, just remind yourself that, these are all people who care about you and you care about them. And that's a very powerful thing. First thing you want to do is blend up some shake samples. Always just use the shake mix, some milk or some almond or soy milk if you're not into dairy or if people have sensitivities, and some ice. This gives everyone a good idea of what the shake mix tastes like without any extra flavors, and they'll be very pleasantly surprised. They'll be expecting some chalky mess from GNC or Vitamin World that they might have had experience with at the gym, but what they'll taste really does taste kind of like a vanilla cake. It's very pleasant. It's got a tiny bit of sweetener in it so that it's sweet, but it's still diabetic friendly and all that stuff. And by the way, here's a bag of the shake mix. This is what the shake mix looks like. I just opened this one today. I'm on my second bag this month. Once everybody has had a few samples and is smiling and enjoying the best tasting diet shake they'll ever have, invite everybody to come into the living room or wherever you have the DVD player set up and take a seat. Now, the challenge video you're going to play comes in two parts. The first one just covers the Body by Vi 90-day challenge and how it helps millions of people regain their health, fitness, and self-esteem. It goes through the awesome prizes. They give away $25 million in prizes each year to people who either win the challenge or have just outstanding results. Yes, you heard that right. Visalus gives away $25 million in prizes every year. That's more than a lot of companies make in the space of a year. So, get your head around that. You can see how successful this has become in a very short time. It used to be 10 million. They doubled it and then added 5 million just last year. So as the sales go up, so does the amount of prizes that Visalus gives away. Now, the second part of the video covers promoting the challenge. Now, to have a successful challenge party, guys, you need to play the entire video. And remember, if you're doing a challenge party, you're promoting the 90-day challenge for people to participate in, as well as the promotional aspect of promoting the Body by Vi 90-day challenge. Now, not everybody at your challenge party is going to want to do all of that, but you want to play the entire video so that they see the full spectrum of possibilities here. They see what all they can do with Body by Vi 90-day challenge. Now, after you've played the entire video, you want to ask, what did you guys like best about the challenge video? Again, by phrasing the question that way, you're framing their answer to be a positive one. And then once you've answered all their questions, and there are sure to be questions, be prepared to answer them. And if you're brand new, don't worry. You don't have to know the answers because your upline is going to be at your challenge party. Okay, you're not going to be flying solo. You're going to have somebody who's got a lot more experience there to field those questions that you don't know how to answer. And you're going to learn a lot just by sitting back and listening to them. Trust me, that's how I learned quite a bit about running this business properly. Now, once everybody has their questions answered, it's time to bust out the laptop and start filling orders. Now, this is where you're going to sit down with each customer individually, and you're going to ask them, well, are you a 1 or a 2? Do you want to just do the challenge for yourself, or do you want to promote? And hopefully they'll all answer 2, and you'll be well on your way to building a very nice team. But if they only answer 1, don't worry about it. Get them on a shape kit or whatever they want to order. Get them on the challenge. Once they start seeing results, once they start going after their 3 for free customers, they're going to see you getting all of the sales commissions for those 3 for free customers if they're not a promoter themselves. And they're going to be like, well, why am I leaving money on the table? It's a pretty natural progression there. Also, don't be mad or discouraged if a few people don't buy. You're never going to bat 1,000%. That's just never happens. There's always going to be a few people in the room that aren't interested. And you know what? More often than not, in my own experience, I've found that it's not because they don't like the product or they don't like the approach. It's because they have questions that they don't want to ask in front of everybody else. So that's where following up becomes very, very important. For anybody who doesn't buy at your first or at the challenge party that they come to, make sure to follow up in a week or two. Just touch base with them. Be cool about it. And you say, hey, I'm so glad you showed up at the challenge party last Thursday. And it's not a big deal that you didn't buy. I just wanted to make sure if I had answered all the questions you had about the challenge. And then just let them talk. If they still push you away, then hey, that's fine. I've had many people come back months after challenge parties and say, you know what, I'm ready to do this now. I wasn't ready 3 months ago, but my weight is spiraling, or I feel like crap every day, and I notice that you're just happier and happier in your videos every week. So let's do this. You know what, guys? That's it. That's the challenge party. I should say the average challenge party should only take 1 hour from start to finish. Let people know that if they're really time sensitive or just plain busy, they'll thank you for that. You should never keep them in your house longer than an hour because, well, people are busy. They got other stuff to do. They got families. They got jobs. They got previous engagements. But that's it. That's it for pre-partying. That's how to run a successful challenge party. That's part 2 of the getting started training. That's all you need to know, guys. If you need a refresher on this, go back and watch both videos again, or go to the website listed right here on the screen for the Get Started training on the official vi.com. Always feel free to call me with any questions about any of this stuff. My phone number is 614-425-7877. And, well, I really look forward to helping you build your business here in the coming months and helping you get into that paid-for BMW as soon as possible. Until next time, I love you all. You guys have a great week. Take care.